finals. They'll take place from the 18th to the 21st of December in Kota Kinabalu in Sabah in Malaysia. So wonderful, wonderful news, greeted with immense pleasure from the players who last year, the first year of the Super Series tour, there was no Super Series finals, but this year there will be, and the players are absolutely delighted by that. Well, as I say, it's finals day here at the French Open, and we're starting with mixed doubles. European champions Anthony Clark and Donna Kellogg up against the Olympic bronze medalists Hanbin and Yu Yang. After that, we will have women's singles and the 2007 World Junior Champion Wang Ling of China up against her teammate, the Olympic silver medalist Xi Jinping. After that, it will be men's singles, and the former Olympic champion won that title in Athens in 2004, Taufik Hidayat of Indonesia, up against the former world #1 Peter Gade of Denmark. Women's doubles will follow that, and the Olympic gold medalists of Du Jing and Yu Yang up against the winners of the Danish Open Super Series event last week, Chin and Wong of Malaysia. And then the last of our 5 finals this afternoon, the world and Olympic champions from Indonesia, Marcus Kido and Hendra Setiawan, will be up against the new Chinese pairing of Kai Yun and Zhu Chen. But as you can see, the players have arrived on court for the first of our finals this afternoon, and it's mixed doubles. The European champions from England, Anthony Clark and Donna Kellogg, up against the Olympic bronze medalists Hanbin and Yu Yang. And a warm, warm reception here in the Pierre de Coubertin Stadium in Paris for the European champions. And also great support here for the Chinese pairing. The world #2 ranked pair, the Chinese, seeded 2 here, of course. The match officials are being introduced. David Craig of Scotland, the umpire, and Carol E. Ariel of Ireland will be the service judge. So 2 British officials, which I'm a little surprised about, considering that a British pair are on court. But of course, in international badminton, apart from the Olympic Games, British players compete for their home nations, and of course Clark and Kellogg representing England here rather than Great Britain. Anthony Clark, who celebrated his 31st birthday yesterday, celebrated it with a wonderful win in their semi-final against the current world champions, in fact 2-time world champions, but current world champions and #1 seeds Nova Widianto and Liliana Natsir of Indonesia. They saved 4 game points in the opening game, which they eventually won 25-23, and only won the second game on their 4th game point, 23-21. It really was a thriller, and incidentally that was the only match on our semi-finals coverage that didn't go the full distance. This was the moment, this semi-final yesterday against the Olympic silver medalists and current world champions. Some of the highlights, and there were many as far as the English pair were concerned. A bit of controversy at the start of the match over the speed of the shuttles, which thankfully I don't think we will have a repeat of that today, because Anthony Clark was busy testing the speed of the shuttles before play got underway here on finals day. So Anthony Clark, the left-hander. Of course, this English pair, not only current European champions, they were they were World Championship silver medalists back in 2006. Runners-up in the All England last year as well. But this pair from China, there's Yu Yang, 22 years of age, as indeed is her partner, Hanbin. Neither of these pairs enjoyed much success in the French Open last year. Chinese pair, seeded 8, lost in the round of last 16, lost out to Robert Matusiak and Natalie Kustiacek from Poland, whereas Anthony Clark and Donna Kellogg had an absolute disaster. They were the number 7 seeds a year ago and lost to Li Jiajin and Wang Yumi. So for the Chinese pair, this only their 3rd year on tour. In fact, only 2 full years they've played on the world circuit. First time they played was the Hong Kong and China Opens back in 2006, but last year, remarkably, their 1st year on tour, and they reached 4 finals. They've won 3 of them: the Thailand Open, Danish Open and Asian Badminton Championships. And already this year they have reached 4 finals. So this is their 5th final of the year, and once again, like 2007, they've already won 3 titles: the Malaysian, the Swiss Super Series events and the Indian Grand Prix as well. And just for good measure, runner-up at the Thailand Open. Now you compare that to Anthony Clark and Donna Kellogg, who, apart from winning that European Championships, have been runners-up in the Swiss Open and the Singapore Open. So of course these 2 pairs met each other in the final of Singapore. So for the Chinese combination, their path through to today's final. Haven't met a seeded pair so far. They had a bye in the 1st round, 2nd round against Larsen, then Christiansen of Denmark, 2 straight games, and then the quarter-final against Christoph Hopp of Germany and Anastasia Ovryskia of Russia. An hour and 8 minutes for 3 tough games, 21-18 in the deciding game. And then the semi-final yesterday, the Chinese pair beat Kukian Kiat and Wong Pei-Ti of Malaysia in 2 straight games. So no seeds have they come up against so far until today's final. Anthony Clark and Donna Kellogg are much tougher path through. They had a bye in the 1st round. 2nd round, they were 4-1 up in the 1st game against Joachim Fischer Nielsen and Christina Pedersen, who of course won the Danish Open Super Series event last week, and sadly the Danes had to retire injured. So the English pair have only played 2 matches to get through to today's final. Quarter-final against Zhu Chen and Pan Pan of China, 3 games there, 59 minutes. And that semi-final that I was mentioning against the number 1 seeds, Nova Widianto and Liliana Natsir, terrific 2-game match that was. So the players just about ready to start the first of our finals here at the French Open.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Donna Kellogg and Anthony Clark, England. And on my left, Yu Yang and Hanbin, China. Donna Kellogg to serve to Hanbin. Love all. Play.
So the European champions, Anthony Clark and Donna Kellogg, the number 4 seeds here at the French Open Super Series event, up against the Olympic bronze medalist and number 2 seeds from China, Hanbin and Yu Yang.
1 love. Yeah.
Donna Kellogg trying to step forward onto the defence, trying to hustle her opponents. Now this is actually the 4th meeting between these 2 pairs on the previous 3 occasions, and the Chinese pair of He Hanbin and Yu Yang have won on every previous encounter.
Fault. Service over. 2-1.
And I was having a quick word with Anthony Clark after he was doing the last of his preparations, a bit of a warm-up, and on the court about an hour before the finals got underway, and he was saying, well, they're really getting back into play after the Olympic Games. They had a bit of a break after the Beijing Olympics. So did Hanbin and Yu Yang. It has to be said, for both these pairs, this is only their second tournament since those Olympic Games. And of course, the last time that these two pairs met was in the Beijing Olympics, in the first round. And of course, with the Chinese combination going on to take the bronze medal, they obviously won on that occasion. And in fact, it was relatively simple. 21-15, 21-8, that first round match at the Olympic Games. So Clark and KELLOGG will be trying to reverse that result and get their first ever victory over this Chinese pair.
Service over. Four, three.
Oh, that's a very, very good smash from her, Hanbin. My goodness, he was quick to get back in court. Not deceived by the flick serve at all. That's great defense from her, Hanbin. Crouching down and driving the shuttle back. Look, he's under pressure. Anthony Clark rushing forward to the net.
Yeah, soft, change it.
The umpire agreeing that the shuttle needs to be changed. Well,
5-4.
Donna KELLOGG turning away because she was made to wait for such a long time, and then her Hanbin serving into the net, but they'll play the point again. Once again, he's making her wait. And a real demonstration in that rally of how mixed doubles has progressed in recent years.
4.
Played more like a level doubles. Used to be the case that the front of the court was the woman's domain. Never did she venture to any part of the court, but so strong are the female players nowadays, both defensively and from the back of the court. There, Yu Yang and Donna KELLOGG both proving the point that their partners have enough confidence in them to play the attacking shots from the rear of the court. Does make this mixed doubles discipline so exciting nowadays.
Service over.
Now, I did think that Donna KELLOGG yesterday in her semi-final against the world champions Nova Widianto and Liliana Natsir, she was really taking her chances to go forward to the net. Any half chance and she was launching herself forward. She needs to take that sort of control again. But sadly, from her perspective, Yu Yang is matching her at the moment. That was the most amazing shot from Yu Yang, setting up the rally. Just a simple little push in a downward direction. And the number 2 seeds have opened up a 3-point cushion. It's a good return of serve.
Six, 8. Service over.
Anthony Clark getting caught on his defence. He's waited for the backhand stance. Thought it was going to come down his backhand side and then having to change to a forehand action. By then it was too late. Made the error. Oh, that's a lovely shot. And it's quite noticeable to me that the English combination are just not as positive as they were in their semi-final. A little bit tentative in their play, not hunting the shuttle in the same way as they did yesterday. And part of that is because of the psychological advantage that the Chinese hold, having won all of their 3 previous encounters. Oh, that's lovely. What super play from her, Hanbin. 5-point advantage at the mid-game interval. Just 7 minutes of play. That's clever. These, of course, the highlights from the first half of this opening game.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Play.
Well, it wasn't a bad return of serve, but it was an even better little net shot from Yu Yang. It's 4 straight points from 8-6 to 12-6. And a 6-point advantage. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's missed it. What defence from Yu Yang. It's not just the technical ability to be able to defend against this. It's the courage to stand her ground and not be intimidated by Anthony Clark at the net. And at the moment, it's all one-way traffic.
14-6.
6 straight points now. And the English pair have got to stop this run if they want to get back into this opening game. Oh my goodness, she's done it again. Absolutely unbelievable. Sensational play from Yu Yang. The 22-year-old born in Liaoning.
15.
Same province,
6.
of course, as the Olympic women's singles champion, Jiang Ning. Well, Donna Kellogg using all of her experience, retying the shoelace.
Thank you.
Just trying to break up the momentum. Now, it can be argued as to whether that's experience or whether that's actually gamesmanship. Fact is, the Chinese now have a 9-point advantage. That's a good smash from the left-hander.
Seven, 15.
And the 7-point run has come to an end. to me to note the number of times that Hanbin is the player at the front of the court finishing off the rally. As you just have a glimpse there of Andy Wood, the coach to the English pair. Clever. Very, very clever. Of course, Yu Yang is the Olympic champion in the women's doubles with Du Jing.
Sorry. Just change it. Take another one. The shuttles are okay. And I'll play just now. Play just now. The shuttles are okay. Yeah. Play just now.
Well, Anthony Clark saying the shuttles are too slow.
It is. It's the same tubes. Test one, please.
The umpire, well, there was a huge hoo-ha at the beginning of the semi-final yesterday. Now, you can't tell me that that shuttle is too slow. Anthony Clark has been arguing that the shuttle's too slow. Before the semi-final yesterday, there was an interruption of about 10 minutes while there was a heated discussion about which shuttles and speed of shuttles they should use.
18-7.
And one suspects that that's real desperation on the part of Anthony Clark. There are 11 points adrift. It's a good return of serve.
Eight, 18.
Now that is what Donna Kellogg was doing so well yesterday. Really hunting the net. Looking to take the shuttle as early as possible. That's long at the back line.
10-18.
One suspects that it's a little too late for the English combination to come back and really take this opening game. But I think it's important that they play themselves into the match a little bit more before the start of the second. This is a good rally. Oh, she really is superb at playing those little half-court pushes. Past Donna Kellogg. That was the first one where she did the damage.
10.
Chinese pair are pouncing on anything, any
20.
opportunity, especially those half-court pushes. 10 game points to the number 2 seed.
Service over. 11-20.
There is no doubt the English pair are
20.
more in the pace of the rallies.
out.
Well, the Chinese immediately
15,
didn't like the call, and I have to
20.
say, from where I'm sitting, I'm looking straight down that line, and whilst the umpire confirmed the call as the shuttle being out, I have to say I have my severe doubts. Well, I said she was absolutely brilliant, Yu Yang, at playing those half-court pushes. Gets the shuttle just past the net player.
21-13.
And Donna Kellogg too often has been provoked into turning and playing the shuttle once it had gone past her. And that's when she makes the errors. 21-13, that opening game in 17 minutes. Interesting to me that Zhang Jun, two-time Olympic mixed doubles champion himself, and now coaching this Chinese pair, didn't give much instructions to his players. He didn't feel it was really warranted. Feels that perhaps they're playing so well, having taken that opening game 21-13, whereas Andy Wood, the English coach, was working long and hard with Anthony Clark and Donna Kellogg.
Love. Service over.
Oh, that's a good return of serve. The net cord on the net shot from Anthony Clark.
Oh. Service over.
Well, he had to be careful that he didn't stretch his racket over the net in playing that kill.
2-1.
That's wide.
3-1.
30 years of age, Donna Kellogg. Really a generation gap between these two players. Donna and her partner Anthony, of course, turned 31 yesterday. The Chinese players both 22 years of age.
Service over. Two, 4.
There's that little half-court push again. It's a good rally. keeping Donna to the back of the court. Really pressurizing her all around. This is unbelievable. What a terrific rally. Chinese pair patiently working their opponents, especially Donna Kellogg. They moved her to the back of the court, then they pulled her forward. They pressurized her on their attacking play. But in the end, it was her partner who made the error. Yeah, it's a good flick serve. Great smash. And the reaction from Clark tells the story. Absolutely delighted with that. So much publicity, of course, in the United Kingdom has followed the fortunes of Nathan Robertson and Gail Ems. Gail Ems, who retired after her Olympic campaign in Beijing. And this English combination, I think, in all honesty, have been underestimated in their abilities. World Championship silver medalists lost out to their teammates Robertson and Ems in that final in Madrid in 2006. All England runners-up last year, now European champions. But of course, if you asked anybody in Great Britain to name badminton players, they'd name Nathan Robertson and Gail Ems. But let me assure you, this pair are a class act. And Chinese deep in discussion, rather a heated discussion there. Once again, Donna Kellogg being tempted to go for a shot which was just out of her reach. String has gone in the racket, I think, of Anthony Clark. But he hit the winner first. Zheng Jun on the left. Now giving away the attacking phase to the European champions at the onset of the rally with the flick serve.
Service over. 7-5.
Was landed in. Misjudgment from her Hanbin.
6-7. Service over. 8-6.
Very animated character is her Hanbin. I do like to see that. I like to see players sharing their emotions with the spectators. You can tell when he's upset, you can tell when he's elated. He shares that and shows that emotion without going over the top as far as getting terribly angry. but I have to say, when I watch rallies like that and the way that the rally is constructed by this Chinese pair, well, I wouldn't be surprised if they move up from their number 2 position in the world to become the world's best. Great defense. Oh my word, that is superb. That was the defensive shot that turned the momentum of the rally. And then the clever little flick. The English were in disarray. And a simple net shot to finish it off.
Service over.
Good judgment. Service just short of that front service line. Well, trying to do the right thing there, Donna Kellogg.
Yeah, he's coming.
Trying to come forward and pressurise from the front of the court. That's what she's got to stick to her tactics of trying to do that. The big problem for them, of course, at the moment is that Yu Yang is just superb at the front and they can't get any advantage from it.
$20 seconds. 20 seconds. Thank you. Seven. Play.
So a 4-point advantage for the number 2 seeds in this second game over the number 4 seeds, the European champions. She is phenomenal. Yeah.
12.
Chinese coaches, oh my goodness, they're even laughing at this. Very, very happy with their players. Rightly so. Finds the line. Shuttle deliberately left from Yu Yang. She thought that the smash would go long.
12.
Now, as far as the European champions are concerned, they have got to narrow this gap and stick with their opponents. Every time she comes forward. Not a spectacular player in terms of leaping in the air. She's not particularly tall, just 1.66 meters. But my goodness, she reads the game so well. She's so clever with her placement of the shuttle. And it's no wonder that she was the most successful player from the recent Olympic Games. Gold medal in the women's doubles and a bronze in the mixed doubles. And of course she will be in action in the 4th final here this afternoon, women's doubles, playing with Du Jing. Oh, unbelievable.
Service over.
The defense from her Hanbin initially. Well, I just get more and more amazed by the players' reactions nowadays. Great retrieving. rightly so. Goodness me, Anthony Clark did well in that rally.
13.
This final
Play,
drive across court was out of this world.
Let you. You, come here please.
Umpire David Craig wants
You
to have a
must
word.
not delay the serve, okay? I asked you to play, be ready to play.
Well, quite clear in his instructions. I've asked you to play. You've got to be ready for the serve.
10,
You must play.
13. 11, 13.
It's a run of 3 points has really played the English pair back into this second game. Only 2 points in it. Just long.
Service over.
Chinese pair weathered the storm. They were under enormous pressure in that rally.
14, 11.
And to be honest, Yu Yang had been deceived by that. Not sure she could have got herself in position to play it. So fortunate for the Chinese that the shuttle landed long. Great placement of the smash. Donna Kellogg waited, committed to a forehand defence. Couldn't readjust.
Danger. Yeah.
And sensing the danger, Chinese pair has suddenly upped the tempo a little, and once again it looks a fairly difficult situation for the current European champions.
Fifteen, 11.
Well worked rally.
Twelve, 15.
Landed in.
15, 15.
Urged on by coach Andy Woods. And indeed by the crowd here in the de Coubertin Stadium. Now just 1 point in it. Five-point deficit at one stage at 7-12. And that's been whittled away, and now they are back level. And all of a sudden, the English pair Well, once again,
Play, it's okay.
there's dispute over the
16,
shuttle.
15.
Anthony wants to play on with it, and the umpire agrees. And all of a sudden, as I say, the English pair are looking much more positive. But isn't that just the mark of a champion? Yu Yang senses the danger.
16 all.
The ability to play the big points, and my goodness, the next couple of rallies are big points. This time the umpire, David Craig, agrees that the shuttle needs to be changed.
17, 16.
Anthony Clark absolutely livid with himself. He knows that the push probably would have gone along at that back line. Serve is crucial. It's a good serve. Well, in the early stages of this match, I couldn't fault Yu Yang. She was brilliant. And she's going through a bit of a bad patch at the moment.
18.
And the English pair will sense that. They will be trying to pressurize her. It's long at the back line.
18.
The margins between success and failure are tiny at this level in sport. That shuttle long by a whisker. Well, they have got the most incredible defences. Yu Yang and her Hanbin keeps them in the rally, and it's not just that they get the shuttle back, they get it back with interest. And look at the frustration from Anthony Clark. The number 2 seeds just 2 points away from the title. It's going to go wide.
All.
That's a great return of serve.
20.
Aimed towards the left shoulder of Anthony Clark. Well, Chinese want the court mopped of the perspiration. The umpire says no play. It is match point after all. a fantastic rally to end a superb match. "42 minutes in duration, 21-13, 21-19, and the world number 2 ranked pair have won their 4th title of the year, their 3rd Super Series event to go with the Malaysian Open and the Swiss Open. And of course they won the Indian Grand Prix as well.
21-13, 21-19. Thank you.
The Olympic bronze medalists are back. Only their 2nd tournament since the Olympic Games. They lost in the semi-final of the Chinese Masters, and they were bitterly disappointed with that, but my goodness, they've performed well here today. But so too have the European champions. They had a wonderful victory yesterday against the reigning world champions and number 1 seeds Nova Widianto and Liliana Natsir. But today they had to settle for 2nd best because He Hanbin and Yu Yang were absolutely superb. Months ago, this French Open Super Series event was won by the Indonesian pair of Flande Limpele and Vito Maresa. But this year, the title goes to China. The mixed doubles finalists come forward. The crowd show their appreciation for a wonderful final. 42 minutes of pulsating action between these 2 pairs. (21-13, 21-19) in 42 minutes. So the presentation party introduced to the crowd. The third time this year that the European champions have had to settle for second best. Third Super Series final of 2008. Beaten finalists, of course, in Switzerland and Singapore, and beaten finalists here at the French Open. Hanbin and Yu Yang. Well, Yu Yang was absolutely superb in the opening game. Went off the boil very slightly in the second. But for two players who've only played regularly on the World Tour, this is only their second year. Last year was the first year they burst onto the world scene, winning 3 titles. This is their 4th title of 2008 to go, with Malaysia, Switzerland Super Series events and the Indian Grand Prix. Well, Yu Yang will be back later on in the day for the women's doubles final, the 4th of our finals here this afternoon, when she and Du Jing will take on Chin Yi Hui and Wong Kei T of Malaysia.